From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. The federal NDP will have to navigate some new waters on Monday when the MPs return to Parliament Hill for the fall session. The party's electoral promise doesn't appear to have improved drastically as a result of the legislation and programs they managed to extract from the Liberals, including a national dental care plan and an upcoming pharmacare bill. Leader Jagmeet Singh pulled out of the political pact with the government just weeks ago and already is facing a challenge from Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre to vote non-confidence in Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his governing party. The RCMP say they've arrested the remaining suspect in last month's killing of an Alberta county worker.
The arrest ends a more than month-long manhunt for 28-year-old Elijah Strawberry.
You always had your eye open for this individual because he could have been anywhere.
Chief Superintendent Roberta McHale says Strawberry was found in a home on the Ochis First Nation.
And the Major Crimes Unit was there working another file and ended up locating him hiding in the residence.
An investigation's still underway, but RCMP say they're confident both suspects in the case are in police custody. 35-year-old Arthur Wayne Penner was arrested previously, charged with first-degree murder and the attempted murder of a second man. Jason White, The Canadian Press.
Out east now, one of Newfoundland and Labrador's 5 water bombers will likely be out of commission until 2026. If that return date holds true, that would be 8 years after the plane was initially damaged in an incident on a pond in the Burin Peninsula back in 2018. In a statement, the government says work is currently underway to finalize the process of the repair of the aircraft, noting that the timeline likely will exceed 1 year. Officials say they're not worried, however, about the ability to fight forest fires with the current level of resources. Now, on the international stage, Israeli airstrikes have hit central and southern Gaza overnight, killing at least 14 people. The airstrikes in Gaza City hit one home in particular, housing 11 people, including women and children. The latest deadly barrage comes as the friends and family of a Turkish-American activist killed by an Israeli soldier prepared for her funeral. Her death earned condemnation from U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken as the United States, Egypt, and Qatar continue to push for a ceasefire. And finally, emergency officials say 5 people in eastern Romania have been found dead after torrential rainstorms left scores of people stranded in flooded areas. Rescue services scrambled to save 95 people in the hardest-hit eastern counties. The storms have battered 19 localities in 8 counties in Romania, with strong winds downing dozens of trees that damaged cars, blocked roads, and traffic. Central Europe is bracing for a weekend of forecasted flooding. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Alejandro Kirk knocked a long single deep with the bases loaded to provide the Toronto Blue Jays with a walk-off 4-3 win in the 11th inning of their series opener against the St. Louis Cardinals. Meanwhile, Gunnar Henderson tripled past the glove of a diving Spencer Torkelson at first base with 2 outs in the 9th inning for Baltimore's first hit of the game. However, despite the late heroics, the Detroit Tigers quickly stifled the surge and held on for a 1-0 win over the Orioles. Chad Kelly and the Toronto Argonauts snapped their 2-game losing skid in decisive fashion, downing the BC Lions 33-17. The Argos QB connecting on 18 of 28 pass attempts for 268 yards, including a touchdown and a rushing major. And finally, some off-season action in the NHL with the Calgary Flames signing 23-year-old winger Jacob Pelletier to a 1-year, 2-way contract worth $800,000 U.S. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.